drives it in.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them.
Guys, we're going to talk some football today.
Hey guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit. I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Anyone feel free to hit the live stream, go talk some football today. I'm going to answer some questions.
And it's Luamu.
Whatever y'all got, I'm here to answer.
That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Harold. Rubio outside.
What up, Fortnite?
Pass to Butler.
Feel free to ask any questions you got about football. That's what we're going to be doing here today. Granted, I am a little tired. I'm about to play this defense. Lock up.
For the key.
We getting that shot.
It's wide right. It's off the rim.
I'm going to do the best I can. I'm a little tired. Got off
like
work.
that open.
I'm going to
Lucky
do what I can.
right there for the D.
Do what I can to answer any questions, so
Butler
feel free to talk anything.
And down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put
how
the
I
hammer
feel right
down.
now?
We've been waiting for
I'm a
one of
little
these
tired
teams,
right now.
Greg.
Like, what do you mean
Maybe
specifically
that'll
right
be
now?
a springboard.
Like, if you're talking about football based, like about some of the situations that's going on, or how do I feel personally right now? Because I feel tired right now. In terms of situations, it's a bit crazy with Antonio Brown. Oh my God!
Banks in the layup.
Huge hole in the defense that possession.
How do you feel about AB?
Cutting through it.
So the whole Antonio
For the
Brown
Houston Rockets,
situation.
they come in off the loss to the Los
Honestly,
Angeles Lakers.
I just feel that
no matter how
Antonio
well
Brown
you
is
defend, when
really
you
just
shoot
ruining his
that
own
poorly,
situation.
it's going to be a very
And
difficult challenge.
yeah, he's ruining the whole situation.
Yeah, there was
Doesn't
sort of a
really seem like
snowball
he's
effect in that
focused
game
on
too, guys. I mean, what
football.
started as a cold night for a
The
few
guy
guys
is kind of just
turned into
going.
a
He's
cold
out of
night
control
for just
right now.
about
I understand you want to
everybody.
be out of Pittsburgh.
And some
but it's not
changes
the way
here for the
you wanna do it.
Timberwolves.
They
Brandon
tried
Rush
to trade him
is
to the
checked in
Bills,
for
and he just
Nicholson.
outright
And
refused to go
Gorgie
there.
Dang
He
subbed
wants
in
to
for
be out
Kyle
of
Anderson.
Pittsburgh, but he's not giving them anything. Like the way he's running,
That free
his
throw good
mouth,
for
like,
A-Train.
They're
right
locked
now
in
is
from the
making
charity
it
stripe
difficult
this half.
for
Not
them
a
to
miss
trade
yet.
this guy. So
And trying to cut into this
He
league,
wants to
they
get out of
need
Pittsburgh,
every edge
but
they could get.
And it's
his
Rubio
behavior, the way
penetrating.
he's acting, constantly talking and running his mouth about all this stuff, like I don't even need football anymore. The only time I'm gonna play is for guaranteed money, all this other
6 on the
nonsense.
shot
I'm like,
clock.
I understand, man, get your money. But if you want this team to trade
Just
you, you want to
not
leave,
fair
like,
from a rhythm standpoint right
you
now.
can't,
It's
you can't
really
hear me
eluding
right
him.
now? Because
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to.
Now, man, got to turn off this TV down. Where's my remote at? Give me a minute here. Let me figure some stuff out. Oh, great, the professional. Oh, there it is. Oh, great, the professionalism. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So,
Maintain that lead.
what I was saying about the Antonio Brown situation, I just feel that what Antonio Brown's doing, he's not really helping himself. It's another foul. He's not really helping himself with the situation. He wants to get out of Pittsburgh, but his constant talking in the media and saying all this, I don't even need football at this point, and all this other stuff he's saying, and just throwing both Ben and Tomlin to the fire. They tried to trade him to the Bills, and he just outright refuses to go there. So now the Bills are like, okay, we don't want this guy. We've moved on from him. So what are they supposed to do? How are you supposed to trade this guy? And he's not willing to allow himself to be traded. You send him to Buffalo. He doesn't want to stay there. You try to trade him to all these other teams, man. The Redskins, they don't want him. All these teams are just backing out. And it's just going to get to the point where Pittsburgh is going to have to give something up for Antonio Brown. They're just going to have to give something up. And when it gets to that, oh, God. When it gets to that point, it's just going to be bad. Because, Antonio Brown, even coming on TV, he's like, I don't want to play for Pittsburgh anymore. I'm done. I moved on. Trade me. But he's making it difficult for them to trade him because he keeps opening his mouth and saying all this nonsense. I understand, man. Get your money. Get your money. I respect that. And that's why he's asking for this guaranteed money. Football doesn't pay as much as the NBA does. So it's like, I understand why he wants that guaranteed money. But if you want somebody to pay you, maybe it's best if you, just focus on training, getting better, and don't be saying all this nonsense all the time. Like, how are they supposed to trade you? And you keep ruining everything they're doing. All these teams are backing out because they think you're a problem. They don't want to bring you in their locker room because they see you as a problem. If this is how AB really thinks he's going to get on the team he wants, it's just not going to work out the way he thinks it's going to work out. And this is really hurting Pittsburgh, which, honestly, personally, I don't care. I don't like Pittsburgh. I'm a Ravens fan. I'm glad they're going through this turmoil. But if I was a Steelers fan, this would just be a headache to deal with. And if I was the Steelers organization, this is really a headache to deal with because he's just not helping you guys at all. Yeah, Antonio Brown's he's just got to, I don't want to say, I just feel like he just needs to calm down with some of the stuff he's saying. Are you, oh, no, I'm actually playing, I'm playing 2K right now, that's why. I'm actually not watching the game right now. I probably should. I could probably live stream that right now, but I'm just playing 2K right now. Oh, crossed him over. But yeah, Antonio Brown oh, good three. Antonio Brown just needs to help the team, help him. It's as simple as that. Just stop ruining everything. If they send you someone, just deal with it. Like, he's ruining everything for the Steelers, and they have no way to trade this dude. Eventually, a team's going to be like, you're going to have to give us a 5th-round pick if you want us to take Antonio Brown off your hands. And if it gets to that situation, they will honestly take it. He just hit a fadeaway 3 on my... It's some bull honky. But yeah, as for other things that's going on, let's see. Eric Weddle, he signed a 2-year deal with the LA Rams, so that's good for him. I'm glad to see that somebody that wasn't me. I'm glad to see that some other team managed to pick him up. Personally, I wasn't shocked that he was gone, nor was I extremely angry, but I'm just going to miss him. A guy like that in your locker room, you're going to miss him. You're really going to miss him. How do you feel, Case Keenum, going to the... You know, I was going to make a video about that. I really was. If you've been an avid watcher of my channel, you know that I'm a Ravens fan, but I also support the Redskins because I always gotta rep home. It's from where I'm from. I literally live 20 minutes away from the stadium. I always gotta rep hometown. But the Redskins, it's an internal affair with them. They just constantly disappoint me. So when I heard about the Case Keenum situation, let's just say I wasn't overly happy with that. I wasn't surprised because that is the definitive Redskin move. Like, if the smart, this is okay. Let me back up. If they were to bring him in as a backup quarterback and they still plan to get a quarterback out of the draft or plan to trade their 1st-round pick to get Rosen, then bringing Case Keenum as a backup, I've got no problem. If that's what they're trying to do, then sure, I got no problem with that. But I don't think they're trying to do that. How am I just scoring at the paint like that? But, loading? Yeah, my bad. I don't know if I'm back now. I should be back. I was happy because he's not here. I was happy because he's not in Denver. Well, good for you. You guys got Flacco now. The Redskins should have taken... Look at that. Look at that defense. The Redskins should have taken Flacco. I honestly... I don't know why the Redskins didn't go for Flacco. Now they got Case Keenum. Wow, way to go. You guys are really making us proud here. You legit could have taken Flacco. But you could have traded with the Ravens to get Flacco, and I would have been perfectly happy with that, because that means I could see Flacco still. Because I was seeing him in MMT Bank Stadium, and I could just see him all the way here. Is Alex Smith coming back next year? Actually, I don't know about that. Because the injury he suffered, that leg injury was severe. It was actually pretty severe, and I think they said there was an infection issue while they would... I don't know. It's just... They said he might not play again. And I'm sitting there like, might not play again. If he's not going to play again, then that's a problem. I hope he comes back, because I like Alex Smith, but... If he's not going to play, he may retire after the season, depending on how the injury is. I hope he comes back, because Alex Smith was the brightest thing that's happened to the Redskins in quite some time. Granted, I'm not an Alex Smith fan. I've been following that dude since his San Francisco days, and he was always a guy I looked at that was just good enough to maybe get you to the playoffs, but he was never good enough to win the big game. So him coming to Washington really didn't bode well in terms of me thinking we're going to get to a Super Bowl. But I still liked Alex Smith. I thought he was pretty good. So it's like, him going to Washington, I wasn't that mad with it. But then, he's helping the team. and everything, and we have a 6-3 record, and then he gets injured against the Texans, and now his career may be over. And if his career is over, well, it is what it is. I don't know if Alex Smith's coming back. I would want him back because the way the rest of the season went for the Redskins, honestly, he would be a blessing. Half-court shot. He would honestly be a blessing. I really wish we had Alex Smith back. Now we got Case Keenum. The Redskins aren't going anywhere next year. Every single time. Just horrible. God, Case Keenum. What are the Redskins gonna do with Case Keenum? Oh my God. Oh, thoughts on the Panthers? Let me see. Well, Cam's fine now, right? Because I saw he started a YouTube channel somewhere, and he was actually in the hot. Cam should be fine. So hopefully Cam's fine. But to start off with the Panthers season, collapsed, man. I mean, it was bad. They had a 6-3 record. They were beating the bricks off of my Ravens team, embarrassed them. And then all of a sudden, they went to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh just stole their souls. Oh, 2K18, yeah. 2K18. But yeah, just they went to Pittsburgh, and then for some reason they got exposed there, embarrassed, destroyed. I made a video about that, but like they got destroyed, embarrassed, completely exposed, and they just never recovered from that. They honestly did not recover from that, and from there, their season just went down the drain. And I think they said Cam got a shoulder injury during that game, and he just was playing the rest of the season with an injured shoulder, and that has a lot to do why his passing just dropped so bad since the Pittsburgh game. But God, just the Panthers season, it really looked like the Saints were going to win the division, but the Panthers were going to make the playoffs. Maybe they might have matched up in the first round, possibly, once again, like last year. But all of a sudden, the Panthers, they went to Pittsburgh, got exposed, and then they just couldn't recover, which was quite disappointing because McCaffrey had a great season. But Cam seemed to be injured, and they just couldn't recover. Next thing you know, the season collapsed. It wasn't like the Falcons, because the Falcons season collapsed early on. They just lost all their defensive players by like week 5, and they started losing offensive guys too, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And it's hard to play in this league and to win games when you have no defense. When your defense has been destroyed like that, there's not much you can really do. So you sit there like with the Falcons, they were just bad from the start. Meanwhile, you get the Panthers, who were good for most of this, the first 8-9 weeks of the season, and then they go to Pittsburgh. Apparently, Cam injures his shoulders. They get exposed, and then you can't recover. Tough season for the Panthers, man, because they really looked like they were going to make some noise and do some damage. But what can you do? It's tough, but it's just how it goes. But you gotta feel bad for the Panthers, because honestly, I had them winning a playoff game, but it's how it is. I forgot this, but C.J. Mosley, a free agent. C.J. Mosley is not a free agent yet. He's official. Yeah, okay, he's not a free agent yet. He's gonna be a free agent this season, but the Ravens still have a couple days left to try and work out a long-term deal with C.J. Mosley. If they cannot get a deal done by the 13th, then he officially becomes a free agent, and teams can shop with him. But by the 11th, other teams can start talking with C.J. Mosley's agent, and that will really help towards him leaning to get out of Baltimore. But it all depends on how they work out this deal. If they put some price on the table and CJ thinks, I'm going to try the free agent market, then he's going to try the free agent market, and he's probably not coming back because CJ Mosley is a great linebacker. Just a spectacular linebacker. So I hope they get him back because, I like CJ Mosley. Plus, I think I said in my video, I was like, CJ Mosley, oh, come on. I said C.J. Mosley basically guaranteed himself a contract when he made that interception on Baker Mayfield to secure the AFC North title. I was like, there's no way they don't. You gotta sign him once you do that. You just got it.
And that one's good, George.
Oh, true. I forgot. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you gotta sign him and stuff. But who knows? They still got time to work out a deal, but we'll have to see. C.J. Mosley the Rams still have a chance to get C.J. Mosley and sign a long-term deal with him, but they gotta do it quick because the time is clicking. A lot of trades. Think John Ross is a boss. Okay, a lot of trades have been a lot of trades have been happening last couple. I didn't who was it? Michael Bennett that went to the Patriots or something? I think I heard about that today. Yeah, I think he went to the Patriots. A lot of trades have been going on, and free agency hasn't started yet, but it's been pretty great. Do you think John Ross is a bust? Do I think John Ross is a bust? You know, I think he's coming into his third season, if I'm right. His first season, let me see. John Ross hasn't been spectacular, but I kind of see it similar to. Well, first of all, let's talk about Cincinnati, because you got Andy Dalton as a quarterback. That's not spectacular. This is Andy Dalton we're talking about. But you know, John Ross should still be able to thrive. He just hasn't. Oh, John Ross is the guy that he made the fastest 40 in the combine. He's on the Cincinnati Bengals, but he has not made a great impression. He did have one or two good games. Yeah, he had like one or two great games this past season, but he hasn't made a huge impression. And it's starting to look like a bust. I always like to give receivers some, especially when he gets injured. And John Ross got injured, but I don't know. It's just he's playing with Cincinnati, so I feel like it will take time for him to specifically be great. But at some point, as a receiver, if you can't get it done, how long can they keep waiting on you to develop? The Broncos have some hope worth Joe Flacco and our new coaching staff thought. Okay. About the Broncos and Flacco, can they do anything? I don't know. You're in the AFC West. You've got to deal with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs. Then you got to deal with the Chargers. That defense, Phillip Rivers is still there. It's tough. And then you got the Raiders aren't doing anything. Let's be honest. The Raiders aren't doing anything. But it's definitely going to be tough. What do you think the Lions need? Oh, the Lions. Let's first start off with their defense isn't half bad actually. I was gonna say they kind of need a pass rusher because they keep getting beat in the secondary. I think they need a pass rusher. Also, they need some more weapons. They definitely need some more weapons. One, Matthew Stafford's got to step up. Two, they need some more weapons. Look at that terrific release. Two, Matthew Stafford has got to step up. He did not play spectacular last year. And the Lions, honestly, they won the division that was for the taking, considering the Packers were struggling. The Vikings had Kirk Cousins, and they did not seem to start off the way they wanted to. And the Bears, they were great. The Bears were great, but the division was for the taking. The Lions, I honestly believe the Lions just need more talent on offense. They've got to get it going in games. They really just need more offense. The Packers, what do the Packers need? A defense. First of all, they just need a defense. Any consistent secondary play. They don't really need a pass. They need a secondary. They need a safety. I think they should get another cornerback. They just need to upgrade their entire defense. Because at some point, Clay Matthews can't be the only thing everyone looks at and okay, you got Clay Matthews, so that's great, but you're going to need more than Clay Matthews. Offensively, I think you need another weapon besides Devontae Adams. I thought Cobb would also step up, but Cobb also had a down year. You need more weapons. You know Jared Cook is a free agent. Oh, he is? I did not actually know that Jared Cook was a free agent. I wonder, I don't know who's going to pick him up. What's the team that needs to know? We'll see. I can honestly see him getting to the Packers, but would he want to go? Yeah, playing with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, I could see him going to Green Bay. But Green Bay should focus on getting players for their defense in the draft, although Green Bay's probably not going to do that knowing them. But honestly, I could see him going to the Packers. I could see, let's see, who else? Maybe Seattle, because Seattle actually does need. I mean, they got Baldwin and stuff. They've got some pretty good weapons in Seattle, but I feel like another receiver should definitely help them. Especially the way they played that playoff game. They just didn't seem. Did anyone else feel that the playoff game that the Packers, I mean, not the Packers, the Seahawks played was a little underwhelming? Yeah, oh yeah, I talked about Eric Weddle went to the Rams. He got a 2-year deal with that. I'm wishing him the best of luck. He's got a great chance. That's a young core. He could really help that defense. Well, I mean, there's all the veterans, Patrick Peterson and Akeem Talib. But, I mean, there's still a lot of young guys there, So, I honestly believe Eric Weddle's going to be a great leader for that defense. The guy can call plays, He's great. So, I'm wishing him the best of luck out there in L.A. I know his family's going to love it there. But, no matter where he goes, Baltimore's always going to remember him. The 3 years he spent here, he definitely did show that Ravens pride. Pride. What do the Browns need? Honestly, the Browns are... What the Browns need? Let's see. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to add any more weapons. Let's be brutal. I mean, we're going to be pretty honest. The Browns are set. You got the quarterback you need in Baker Mayfield. You're looking at their defense. They have a very good defense. I mean, a very good defense. They got Chubb there on the run game, so they don't really need a lot of running back there. You got weapons. You got Njoku. And then, I'm looking at it. Adding more weapons wouldn't really be an issue. I think that'd be great. Adding more weapons to the Browns would just make them more of a beast. Patrick Mahomes will start playing with the blindfold and his left hand. He'd still find a way to win the AFC West if he did that. They also need an O-line, yeah. The Browns also need... The Lions also need an O-line because Matthew Stafford was getting hurt. But yeah, the Browns, honestly, I'd say add more weapons to the Browns to make them... And adding any extra weapons to Baker Mayfield is just going to help that team a lot. And they definitely need an O-line because Baker Mayfield was getting pressured a lot. Not only that, but it was forcing him to make a lot of ill-advised throws. And honestly, he could do better. Yeah, he could do better. I honestly believe that. Just get him some more weapons. Just get him some more weapons and get them an O-line for the Browns, and they will be set. Okay, and the Texans and Broncos. Oh yeah, Texans and Broncos. Oh, Texans. Oh, that's speaking of the Texans. You're right. The Texans, they need an O-line. Deshaun Watson was the most sacked quarterback last year. It was insane how many hits this guy was taking. They need an O-line. The Texans definitely need an O-line or they're going to get Deshaun Watson killed. Get this man in the O-line. Houston, get this man in the O-line before you ruin this quarterback. I'm telling you, get this man in the O-line. I mean, Deshaun Watson also needs to, he's got to work on his passing as well because that playoff game showed he was underthrowing a lot of dudes. So just work on the passing a little bit because, you can't be underthrowing guys in the playoff game. Because a lot of those passes were just hitting the dirt, and that's not good. So I'd say, honestly, just work on your passing personally, Deshaun, and get this man an O-line. Please get this man an O-line. Yeah, a lot of teams need an O-line. The Browns need an O-line. The Texans need an O-line. The Lions need an O-line. There's a lot of teams that actually need an O-line. Texans need an O-line, or Deshaun Watson is going to... Oh, yeah. They're going to need an O-line. Definitely going to need an O-line because, good God, they're trying to kill this man. Perfect release! Shot clock, cheese. But, yeah, they are definitely going to... They got to get this man an O-line before they let Deshaun Watson get killed. They have got to get this man an O-line. I do not want to see Deshaun Watson get killed. Get this man an O-line, Houston. Please get this man an O-line. But yeah, Texans. Let's talk about the Texans. Let's talk about the... what do the Colts... I was about to talk about the Colts. I was like, speaking of the Texans, let's talk about the entire AFC South. What do the Colts need? Let's see, their defense. Again, it's one of those things where they just honestly need more weapons because the defense for the Colts is actually pretty good. And the thing is, they fixed their O-line issues. Finally, after 5 years of complaining about this, they fixed their O-line issues for the Colts. It's just... They just need more weapons. For the Colts, give Andrew Luck more weapons. Their defense is fine. For the most part, their defense is fine. Their O-line is finally something respectable. Just get Andrew Luck some weapons. Just get Andrew Luck some weapons. As for the Jazz, it's a simple. They've got the pieces. They've got some young guys on the offense. They got the run game set. They got some good receivers. The defense, is elite. The Jags, all they need is a quarterback. We've been saying it the last 2 years. All the Jags need is quarterback. Honestly, if they had somebody better than Blake Bortles, they would have gone to the Super Bowl last year. Well, not last year. I mean, the year before when they won the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. If they had a better quarterback, they definitely would have made it. Had they had a better quarterback this year, they would have made the playoffs. They might get Nick Foles. Yeah, Jags actually, they look like a good fit. If they get Nick Foles, I don't know. I mean, it depends. We have to see how Nick Foles is because a lot of people believe Nick Foles is great specifically because of the Doug Peterson system. But we'll have to see. I don't know if Nick Foles... I want to see Nick Foles get another team and let's see what he can really do because when you are playing under Chip Kelly's system, you're not really going to thrive. And then he went to the Rams with Jeff Fisher's system, and Jeff Fisher is the quarterback killer, so it made sense why he would almost want to retire after that. I would want to retire too if I had to play for Jeff Fisher, but then he went to he came back to the Eagles and he saw him win the Super Bowl. So yeah, the Jazz. It'd be interesting to see if the Jazz can get Nick Foles. If they get Nick Foles, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, what do the Titans need? Oof. I don't know how Titans fans gonna feel about this, but I think the Titans need a new quarterback. Not because I don't believe in Mariota, but it's because the dude can't stay healthy. It don't matter how great your quarterback is, if he's getting injured multiple times every season, then it's just not going to work out. I like Mariota. I honestly do. But the guy's getting injured multiple times every season. If he can stay healthy for 16 games and in the postseason, then I would say the Titans have a pretty good shot of winning the division because they're always in it. They've got a pretty good defense. They don't have many weapons on offense, so I would definitely say get them a tight end. Get them a tight end, definitely. Get them a tight end. But, of course, with Derrick Henry there in the run game, they are set. If Mariota can stay healthy, the Titans should be a threat in the AFC. Now, do the AFC West what they need? Okay. Well, we already started. We did say. Let me see. We said what the Broncos needed. Oh, actually, we didn't. How do you think Dwayne Haskins will do in the NFL? I have not watched much film on Dwayne Haskins, but he does have the size and build of a good quarterback in the NFL. He's like what 6'3", 220, 230? No, 220. I don't know his exact weight, but Haskins, I haven't seen much film on him. I would have to go and look at the film, but I honestly believe if you put him with the Giants, I'm hoping the Giants draft Haskins because I believe he can do pretty. I think for his rookie year, if he goes to New York and plays for the Giants, I don't know if they would make the playoffs, but I can see a 9-7 season from Haskins. But I don't know much about Haskins. His passing may need a little work because I haven't seen much film on him. I've seen much film on Kyle Murray, but not Haskins. I feel like the 1 Chiefs, 2 Chargers, 3 Broncos, and 4 Raiders. It's gonna be like that for a while. Probably the Chiefs are definitely actually. Yeah, the Chiefs. I can see them getting the number 1 seed, but I can also see the Chargers because remember. I think, what was it? They both had the same record. The Chargers and the Chiefs both 12-4 last season. And the Chargers did manage to beat the Chiefs after coming back from that huge lead. Granted, it was a little bit controversial, but I can see it. I mean, I can easily see the Chargers getting the number 1 seed in the AFC West, and I can see the Chiefs getting the number 1 seed. As for who will take the 3rd and 4th spots, yeah, definitely Broncos. Definitely Broncos, and then the Raiders will be 4th. But again, John Gruden, he invested in all those picks, so we don't know what he's going to spend those first-round picks on, and we don't know how that's going to turn out. For all we know, he can strike gold, which would be great, which could really help this team, but we'll have to see. Also, Derek Carr's got to step his game up because he's been playing like trash the last 2 seasons. Granted, it's not all his fault, but he's still been playing like trash, and he's got to step his game up for a season. So... yeah, I could see the Chiefs being 1. Either the Chiefs or Chargers at number 1. They can go back and forth with that. That's going to be a battle. The Broncos at 3 and the Raiders at 4. What do you think is the best? Okay, who do you think is the best team in the West on the AFC and the NFC West? Best team in the AFC West, that goes to the Chiefs. Actually, no. I want to say best team in the AFC West. I don't know. Best team in the AFC West. It's perfect release. The Chargers are just such a well-built team, offensively and defensively, that it's hard for me not to say they're a great team, especially knowing how bad the Chiefs' defense is. It's not like the Chiefs' defense is terrible, but my God, they give up so much yards, so much. They give up so much points too. They gave up 30 points to the Raiders last year. I just can't trust that Chiefs defense, and we saw it in the AFC Championship game. So I want to say Chiefs because of how crazy their offense is, but I got to go with Chargers because they're the better built overall team. And then for the NFC West, it's definitely the Rams. The Rams are definitely the best because, again, offensively and defensively, they're the best built team. So I would definitely go with Rams for NFC West and the Chargers for the AFC West. No disrespect to Chiefs fans, but if you can get that defense fixed, good Lord, you're the best team in the AFC. What do the Saints need? Honestly, the Saints really don't need much. Actually, no. I take that back. The Saints need another receiver. The Saints need another receiver. They cannot keep leaning on Michael Thomas. I'm sorry, because once somebody double teams Michael Thomas, who is Drew Brees gonna throw the ball to? You know, they need another receiver. You can't keep putting it all on Michael Thomas. The Saints need another receiver. Defensively, again, they are set. A lot of teams are set defensively. A lot of teams we're talking about are actually set defensively. Like the Saints, they're set defensively. They just need to give this man another receiver. Because you can't keep putting it. Where is Engraven? Engraven's doing... I don't know. Engraven's doing what Engraven's doing. I'm just doing my thing over here. AB going to the Saints or not going to happen? AB's not going to the Saints. What would the Saints give up for him? That would definitely be a great place for him to go. Because he got Sean Payton, and Sean Payton's not really going to take that type of nonsense. But I don't see AB going to the Saints. But yeah, the Saints, all they really need is another receiver because they got to help out. If Michael Thomas is covered, they don't have anyone else to throw the ball to. Oh yeah, I already talked about it. Eric Weather went to the Rams. Yeah, he signed that 2-year deal with the Rams. Best of luck to him. Hope he goes out there, helps this young core. Not the secondary, because Peters and Talib are not young guys, but you know what I mean. Defensive line and the pass rushes. You know what I'm talking about. He'll be a great leader there. Also, Westbrook doesn't shoot threes. And we play them next year too. We play them. We play the Chiefs. We play the Patriots. It's definitely going to be a mess. But you know what I always say? Anytime a fan wants to start complaining about the schedule of their team, that's how I immediately say they know their team's not going to the Super Bowl. Because does it matter who you face off with? If your team's that great, it doesn't matter what team they face off with. They will find a way to win, and they will find a way to get to the postseason and compete for a Super Bowl and hopefully get the Super Bowl. So it doesn't matter what team you play up against. Whenever I see fans complain, oh man, look how hard their schedule is. If you're talking about how difficult your schedule is, then that means your team's not going anywhere in the first place. What does Miami need? A new quarterback. Ryan Tannehill is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Tannehill is not the answer. He's just not. I'm sorry. Ryan Tannehill is not the answer. Get a new quarterback. Miami, get a new quarterback. The Tannehill experiment has gone on too long and is not getting you anywhere. You've gone to the playoffs. You haven't done anything since then, really. They should get Tua next year. Tua's my man. I'm not gonna lie. Had we not managed to draft Lamar, I honestly would have been like, let's get Tua. But half-court shot. But yeah, had they not drafted Tua, I would have been like, had they not drafted Lamar, I'd have been like, draft Tua. What did we have drafted Tua last year? Rosen? Oh, Rosen? I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't have been mad because I picked another quarterback. But I wouldn't have liked it because I don't think Rosen is a great fit in Baltimore. Now, honestly, I still believe that Rosen can be great somewhere else. Maybe not in Arizona, but I also don't think he can be great in Baltimore. Rosen is the type of player that's going to need receivers, and obviously, you know, Baltimore never really has great receivers. Like, we have good receivers, solid receivers that we pick up in free agency, but Rosen needs a lot of good receivers. Is it cold where I live? Well, I mean, I live in Maryland here, so it definitely gets cold. It was cold today. Not freezing, but, you know, cold. That's just how it is in Baltimore. That's why, hopefully, if I play my cards right, I'll be out of Baltimore in a couple years, but we'll deal with that when we deal with that. What does Arizona need? What does Arizona need? I think Arizona needs a pass rusher. I think Arizona needs younger receivers. I think Arizona needs a new quarterback. Hopefully they can get that in Kyle Murray, which is why everyone's saying for the Cardinals, if they can get Kyle Murray and somehow get a trade for Antonio Brown, then they're going to be fine. They will definitely be fine. If they can get Kyle Murray here, somehow get AB, and draft the pass rusher, then the Cardinals are going to be they're going to be contenders next year. Well, not contenders, but they will definitely make the playoffs, I believe. And an offensive line, because a lot of teams definitely have issues with offensive line. In 2 years, Rams will lose half their team. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard to keep a lot of great players together. How do you miss that free throw? It's really hard to keep a lot of players together, especially a lot of great players, especially when you see them ball out and get to the Super Bowl. Teams are going to try and snatch that away. And if they manage to win the Super Bowl, good Lord. Yeah, they signed on like 2-year deals. Yeah, they're going to lose a lot of guys there. Same thing with the Eagles. Yeah, true. Yeah, Arizona, they need a pass rusher. They need to fix their O-line. They got to draft Kyle Murray. And if they can find a way to get AB to Arizona, and he's actually willing to play and doesn't cause a distraction in the locker room, then I think Arizona will be just fine. Get that to drop. But, yeah, other than that, Arizona should be fine. As for, like, the Eagles and Rams, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to check. Will they even have cap space to sign all those guys back? They put them on 2-year deals. So, would they have the cap space to get all those guys at the end of their deals? I mean, they pay a couple. I don't know. It's just when you try to keep on to a lot of free agents, eventually you're going to have to release a couple of them. Because when you sign them on, especially when you sign them on to 2-year deals, it's just, oh God, did not know the score was like that. But it's just,
Yeah, it's really fun to see that kind of
it's, for the Rams, they're definitely going to have a couple guys who will not be there next season. You have this season, next season, a couple guys are going to be gone. Same thing for the Eagles, so. But, I mean, they're kind of in a win-now mode. Not really, because they got 2 young quarterbacks. They got Goff, who, after seeing the Super Bowl, Goff needs a lot of improvement in the offseason. Because everyone's looking at Goff's performance, and I think people are like, that confirms that he's a system player. He just thrives off of the McVay system. So, if he thrives off the McVay system, what happens when he has to go out there and make adjustments himself? Well, we saw what happened in the Super Bowl. He couldn't do it. He missed a lot of throws. There was actually a couple guys open. And, heck, if he would have seen, who was it, Cooks in the end zone, if he would have seen him earlier, that's a touchdown. He'll get caught up. So, yeah. And then for the Eagles, Carson Wentz played like an MVP. So we know Carson Wentz has the ability to play like an MVP. He's definitely not a system player. But the guy has suffered 2 major season-ending injuries within the last 3 seasons. So, take that as you will, Philadelphia. I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know how you feel about that with your quarterback being injured so much. Because we're looking at the chart. Dak Prescott's been to the playoffs 2 times in 3 seasons. He's won a playoff game and lost in the division round to the Rams. So, and he hasn't been injured like Carson Wentz, and he hasn't really had a terrible game in the postseason like Jared Goff. I do not like the Cowboys. You all know this, but I just don't be surprised if the Cowboys somehow win the division next season. I'm not betting on it, and I hope it doesn't happen, obviously, because I don't like the Cowboys, but I wouldn't be surprised. Remember when Joe Flacco put the Eagles in their place like 2 years ago? Wouldn't say put him in his place, but well, we were kind of lucky to win that game. I ain't gonna lie, we were kind of lucky to win that game. We had to make a stop last second of the game, so we played solid, and I wouldn't say Joe Flacco really put him in his place, considering the fact that it really came down to the defense making a stop on a 2-point conversion to help us win this game, in order for us to keep our playoff hopes alive. So, I wouldn't say we're exactly lucky. But, I think, have I covered all the teams? Let me see, let me see. I talked about the, 49ers. I've not talked about the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo. Everyone knows I am a fan of Jimmy Garoppolo. I believe in this man. And I was quite pissed off when his self decided to get injured on something so stupid. So that one got me pissed off when Jimmy Garoppolo decided, hey, you know what? Why not just find a way to injure myself? Why not get out of bounds? He didn't want to get out of bounds. So, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll have to see. 49ers is kind of a question mark right now. Because, oh yeah, by the way, no, yeah, 49ers are definitely a question mark. I think 2017 team was built for a playoff run because we had Alex Collins, and he was in amazing form. Oh, let me shoot this 3 real quick. Okay, I feel like because he was in amazing form, and Mike Wallace was in good form, and Chris Moore and Ben Watson were good. You know, they were set for a playoff run. But what we have made it for, I don't know, honestly. I believe if we would have gotten to the playoffs, it definitely would have been interesting. But who would we have matched up with? We would have been, had we made the play, we would have been the 6th seed, I think, which would have matched us up with Jacksonville. No, we would have been the 5th seed, I think, which would have matched us up with. Yeah, the Steelers. It would have been, I think we would have been the 5th seed, which would have matched us up with Pittsburgh, which I would love to see that matchup. Or it would have matched us up with the Jaguars, which would be nice because we would want to get a revenge for what happened in London. But it is what it is, you know, you kind of have to deal with it. Come on, man, you gotta get that. But yeah, Buffalo and the Panthers too. Oh, I talked about the Panthers. I said their season collapsed. Honestly, they gotta get a couple more pieces. Don't waste McCaffrey. They gotta get another back to partner up with McCaffrey because they were using him way too much. The Bills, honestly, you're gonna have to wait until we see what Josh Allen can do. He's gotta continue developing. Get him an O-line so he can develop as a pocket passer, which I do believe he can definitely pass in the pocket, no question. But like, you can't keep running. We should honestly trade for Michael. Michael who? I got Russ. He ain't doing nothing. Man, Melo can't do nothing on me. He can't guard me. Because Kenny Young and Peanut are developing. I feel like the Panthers were like the Broncos because they both sucked, but their running backs were awesome. Got it! Oh, you mean Sony Michel? I got you. Yeah, the Patriots are not giving up Sony Michel. I feel like the Panthers. Yeah. How about the Jets and the Bears? Because I feel like the Panthers were like the Broncos because they both suck, but their running backs were awesome. True. How about the Jets and the Bears? Jets Sam Darnold's gonna have to take a big step next season, but judging from the way he played in a lot of good games, especially the game against the Packers, we know he's definitely ready. He's definitely primed to be a good starting quarterback in the league. You gotta get him some weapons as well. A lot of teams need weapons, and that's what makes the NFL just insignificant because so many teams on offenses need more weapons. The Bears? Simple. Mitchell Trubisky's got to step up. He's got to step up. Granted, it was not his fault they lost that playoff game. We know whose fault it was, and he will not be allowed in the city of Chicago. Just going to put that out there. What if we drafted Michelle instead of Lamar and wait for this year's draft Tua? Well, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't have been mad at that because I love Tua. I love Tua, but then again, here's the thing. I don't know if we would have got Tua in the draft. That's the thing. Because I believe Tua would have definitely been a top 5 pick. Because honestly, someone would have made him a top 5 pick. So if we would have gone with Sony Michel, if we would have gone with Sony Michel, that would have been a pretty good draft. But then now you gotta have to stick with Flacco probably for 2 more years. And if you can't get Tua, well then you lucks out, because what are the chances he doesn't get drafted within the top 10? So it is what it is. You got Lamar. Hopefully, I believe in Lamar. I trust Lamar. I believe he's going to get better. I believe he's going to continue to improve. And we're going to see him next year. He's going to be a much polished pocket passer. He's going to be able to make the throws he couldn't make last year, next season. Who else? The Redskins. If you guys know me, the Redskins are definitely a sensitive topic on this channel, considering that the fact that they're the home team. I always gotta rep my home. But the Redskins, they just need everything. They need a quarterback. They don't really need a receiver. I mean, well, yeah, they kind of. I believe they need a receiver. They just need help. They just need prayers. I don't know what to say about the Redskins. They just need. Oh, you're from Laurel? That's nice. That's nice. Where am I? PG County or something like that? Yeah, I'm from PG. So. But yeah, Maryland's, yeah. One of my favorite games from Lamar's passing ability was shown in the Bucs game. One of my favorite games from last season. Oh yeah, it was definitely shown in the Bucs game. I'd definitely say the Chargers game was where I looked the 2 games, the Chargers game and the Chiefs game was in my opinion, the 2 of the best games Lamar played last season. Because the Chiefs game, we just saw him making passes that we believed he couldn't do. Because, we saw, with those 2 touchdown passes he got there, he was making plays. He was actually making some solid throws on 3rd downs, hitting his man in stride. Lamar Jackson was doing a lot of good stuff in that Chiefs game. And then in the Chargers game, he was stepping into his throws. One throw he had on 3rd down when he was going to hit Mark Andrews right there. He's got, I think it was Orlando Brown who was on the floor. He stepped in. He could have easily ran. That was a lane to run. Instead, he stepped into that pass, delivered it. He hit a nice pass to Michael Crabtree over the middle. That 68-yard touchdown he got to Mark Andrews. Those 2 games were definitely his best. So those 2 games were definitely his best of the season. What did you do? Turn around, but what? How am I gonna pass you the ball? You just gonna stand it like that? Whatever. Let's see. What do the Patriots need? Oh, the Patriots really have everything. Honestly, the Patriots always gonna try to add to something, but honestly, it don't matter what piece you put around the Patriots, they will find a way to win. But it doesn't hurt to get more offensive talent for the Patriots, I guess. But I don't care about the Patriots, so it don't bother me. But yeah, I guess more offensive talent. Jimmy Fallon is coming back to the 49ers. Jimmy Fallon? You mean Jimmy G? Actually, I'm gonna cool it with that. I ain't gonna talk about his personal life. Whatever he does is whatever he does. Chris Moore sold. The Patriots need to draft a quarterback and let him develop. Good luck with that. Brady's not gonna like that. They had Jimmy Garoppolo. They signed a defensive end and a wide receiver. Yeah, they should definitely sign another defensive end and wide receiver. That's what the Patriots definitely need. But draft another quarterback. Good luck with Brady agreeing to that. They had another quarterback in Garoppolo, and we saw how that went. So let them have good luck trying to draft another quarterback and having Tom Brady okay with that. Dude wants to play till he's 45. So drafting another quarterback's not really going to fly for him, especially considering the fact that he didn't want another quarterback in the first place. If he did, he wouldn't have the problem with Jimmy Garoppolo. He was just mad because the relationship he had with Bill Belichick was just so much better than the one Brady had with himself. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Get that free 3. Splash. Oh, okay. Oh, another rebound? Okay. Give me a second here, guys. Let's put this up. Okay. So, let's see. It's weird Brady never gets injured. Well, Brady never gets injured now. It's just because he takes care of his body now, and I'm surprised. But remember, Brady did get injured early on. He got injured early on in his career, but the only major injury he suffered was when he tore his ACL in 2008. No, it was 2008 or 2009, and they had.
It's not winning basketball.
They went 11-5 that season. Who was, I don't know who the quarterback was at the time, but he definitely he suffered that torn ACL. That's the only major injury Brady suffered. Since then, Brady's been well protected for the most part. I mean, just take care of his body. So you gotta give props to him for that. My boy, what we doing with CJ? I don't understand what we're doing with CJ. I thought they would have signed him by now. They got a couple days, so they got something to work out, but I don't know what they're doing with CJ. Let me back this man up. He can't guard me. He can't guard me. He can't guard me. Too weak. Easy layup. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing with CJ. I don't know if they decided not to franchise tag him, which I was perfectly fine with, because that just shows that one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to sign this man from a long-term deal, which Eric says he wants to do, but not hearing anything about it, or they're just going to let him go on to free agency. We're going to have to see what happens. But, yeah. Everyone thinks Flacco exceeded expectations over the year because we never got him weapons other than Bolden and Smith and Heath and against Jones and Pitta. On top of that of a garbage O-line except for some years. I love Flacco and I feel bad. All the abuse he gets is sad. Well, it is tough, when it comes to Flacco. I can't lie. It is tough. Because, honestly, they should have got Flacco more weapons. Can't even lie. They should have got Flacco more weapons. Baltimore did not do a good job offensively to surround Flacco with the best of talent. And that's Baltimore's fault. But you gotta admit, Flacco did not play well, necessarily spectacular. Even when we gave him weapons, it's not like he was playing spectacular in the regular season. Flacco only really played great in the postseason, and that was like in 2 or 3 years. But my battery is at Emmanuel Sanders' number. Oh, damn! that means it's dying. You gotta, man. Are you gonna make a move or not? What are you doing? Just holding the ball. We should try and pull Sanders. I don't know about that. I'm just getting tired of Baltimore always signing these free agents that we believe are gonna just come out and be great. I understand he's fast and strong, but I don't know. For me, I just want us, for once, Baltimore just focus on developing the young receivers they have, and just do with that. Deal with the young core you have. You have a young quarterback in Lamar Jackson. You got Chris Moore, who's starting to become a veteran. He's become a veteran. It's like his third or fourth year on the team. But you got Lasley there. You got Jaleel Scott there. You may be able to draft another 2 receivers, hopefully. Just develop the young core. I'm getting tired of always trying to pull out a free agent. This is the time. This is the time for them to finally develop and draft the young core. Because guess what? Joe Flacco's not here anymore. We're not trying to compete for a championship now, although I would definitely love if we compete for a championship. Oh, yeah, Russ, keep laughing at me. I get you. You play it again. Good job for you. But, yeah, this is the time. You got these young receivers. Let them grow and develop with Lamar instead of getting these free agents who end up coming here, and guess what? They don't even work out, and then they're gone within a year or 2. So, build on the draft. Develop the young receivers. I'm tired of getting all these free agents. It hasn't worked out the last couple of years. Imagine what this core in the next 2 years, Jaleel Scott, Jordan Lasley, and Chris Moore. They could actually be great. If we can develop them for once, and Chris Moore has developed so well. Chris Moore has been the outlier in all of this because the narrative for Baltimore is they cannot develop receivers. And Chris Moore has slowly become the outlier for that. So, well done to him. Great job. But yeah, we got to develop our young core and focus on that. I want Flacco to be... Huh? All right, I'm coming. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Family. Always trying to live stream, but let me take a couple more questions, then I'm going to head on out of here because I have been here for about an hour. I want Flacco to be throwing bombs down the field in Mile High City to Sanders. I don't know how... First of all, I don't even know how Denver feels about Flacco being in How did Bronco fans feel about that? How does the Broncos feel about that? Like honestly, because this is the guy that had the Mile High Miracle on you guys, and basically ruined your chances to get to the Super Bowl. When that, honestly, a lot of Broncos fans I talked to, they said that 2012 season, that was the best overall Broncos core, offensively and defensively. That was the best unit the Broncos had. 2013, they had a great. It was just their core wasn't nearly as strong, and it just happened to get to the Super Bowl because Peyton Manning had an MVP season, threw 55 touchdowns. And 2011, I mean 2011, 2012, which wasn't necessarily great, but yeah. But honestly, I'm just saying, I don't know. It must be weird for Denver to see Flacco there, and a lot of them don't really want Flacco. Yeah, I don't know. It was a shock. I was at work at the time when I got the news. I was literally at work. I went outside for a second, checked my phone, and I see a notification from NFL. Flacco traded. I was like, oh god. So I wasn't surprised they made the Flacco trade, but it is what it is, you know. Best of luck to Flacco in Denver. Maybe he can do something there. They said Odell might go to the Browns. If he goes to the Browns, Cully to develop everyone. Yeah, Cully needs to develop. But if Odell goes to the Browns, well, good for him. Honestly, Cleveland is ready to just. Everyone's been laughing at Cleveland since 1999 when they finally went back to. When they finally got a team back there, teams have been laughing at them. So if they finally get a juggernaut, they will take over the AFC North. I can honestly see the Browns winning division and the Ravens getting a wild card spot. Would not be surprised if that's the case. But I can also see the Ravens winning division and the Browns getting a wild card spot. Either way, prepare. The Browns are going to compete. It's not going to be easy next season for anyone in the AFC North. And what we need to draft, Cully needs to develop, and we need to draft even more receivers. Yep, we need to draft some more receivers. Someone said something about. Okay, yeah, Cully needs to develop, and we need to draft some more receivers. So yeah, Baltimore's got some things they gotta do. They got some moves they gotta make, and they gotta get some. First of all, they gotta focus on signing C.J. Mosley. They got a thing they're trying to do with Patrick Owasu. They gotta get him done. They got a lot of things they gotta take care of the people on the team. Take care of home base before anything else happens. DK Metcalf is weird. That's not healthy yet. A 1.3 body fat. Well, I mean, he's just really athletic. Hey, they always say the less body fat you have in your body, the better. So, I mean, man's just worked out. Hey, a lot of athletes right now would love to have practically no body fat on them. I know LeBron for sure definitely doesn't have any body fat on him. He's just all muscle. But, yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Baltimore's got to first deal with taking care of CJ. Yeah. Taking care of CJ. Yeah, April's definitely going to be stressful because the draft. I don't know. I will talk about the draft when the draft comes up. But most definitely, we got to deal with the draft. Right now, when free agency starts, before April, Baltimore's got to focus on locking down all the players they want to still keep. And whoever they don't want to keep, let them go off to free agency. Best of luck to them. After that, they got to focus on drafting. They got to get receivers this season. I need to see some receivers. They need to draft a receiver, and they gotta draft some pass rushers because T Sizzle's getting old, guys. He may be back, but who knows? But they gotta draft some pass rushers and they gotta draft some receivers and a running back. Listen, I know some of you guys want Le'Veon Bell. I wouldn't be mad that they pick Le'Veon Bell, but he's a beast pass rusher. But you know, I still believe we need to add someone else. If we don't keep C.J. Mosley, you're going to definitely have to draft another linebacker. But, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But, please, draft some receivers, another pass rusher, and for God's sake, draft the running back. I understand everyone wants Le'Veon Bell, and I wouldn't be mad with that. But for the money he's asking, it's not worth it, guys. I understand how Le'Veon Bell is, but it's not worth it. Draft another running back, and let's see what we can do with this. Draft another running back. I wonder what Gus is thinking when they say we need a running back and he had a monster season. Hey, Gus is an undrafted running back. He's just going to go out there and play his game. So that's all he can do at this point. Go out there and play his game. But yeah, Ravens got some moves they definitely got to make. free agency's coming up, so they gotta lock down the guys they want, and then the draft's coming up in April, so they gotta prepare to get the draft picks. And once Lamar comes back, we'll see what improvements he's made by himself, because they say he's been training with some other guys. We don't know who, but he's been training with some other people. So once Lamar gets there, they'll be able to see how much improvements he's made, and now he can start building the chemistry with his receivers, depending on what we see after the draft. So, best of luck to the Ravens this season. Anyway, it's been an hour. It's been a pleasure and joy answering some of you guys' questions. I should do this more often and probably at an earlier time. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for your questions. It was fun. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace. Perfect ending, guys. Perfect ending. Perfect ending, guys.